Hey guys, welcome back to RMA Garage. In this video, we are going to be talking about our RV, and more specifically, our propane tank. Now, when we travel, we leave the propane tank on to run the refrigerator to keep it cold, because that's really the most efficient way, and it also eliminates the need for running the generator. Well, there is a huge divide with RVers on whether or not that's a good idea and a bad idea. Well, the good idea is because when you run a refrigerator on propane, you don't have to run the generator. It's more efficient. It keeps it colder, and all in all, it works really well. On the flip side of that, leaving the propane tank on and leaving the propane being able to circulate and be in the lines during travel, if a line were to break and the propane would start to leak out, it could possibly be a source of a fire. Well, we found a product that would eliminate some of that risk if you leave your propane tank on. Now, this safety feature does not eliminate 100% of the risk. There's always a risk of leaving the propane tank on while you travel. But what it does, it eliminates one possible scenario that is the most likely. And that is if you break a line and propane were to escape out of this tank very quickly, we have a product that actually stops the flow of propane. So let me show it to you. All right, so this is a standard setup for any RV. You have your gauge that tells you how much propane you have the fill valve here, and then you have the main valve that turns the propane tank on and off. This is, of course, the main line that goes into the RV, and this is the two-stage regulator that takes the high-pressure propane and regulates it down to a more usable pressure. So this is our safety feature. This is called GasStop, and what this does is that this allows the gas to flow through at a regular rate, and of course this is on the high pressure side of the regulator. So high pressure comes in here, it gets regulated and goes into the coach. But what this does is this acts kind of like as a ground fault in your bathroom. If say your electricity in your bathroom, if you have a ground fault plug, you plug your hairdryer in, if you get a sudden flow of electricity, it will turn off the electricity. That's what this does. This turns off the gas. There's a valve in here. This will shut the gas off if there is a increased flow of propane. So in the event of that a line breaking and an exorbitant amount of propane is being spilled out, this valve will sense that and will close it off. That is the safety feature that we have. So when we travel, if there is an issue, this valve is our safeguard to turn off the tank. Now I'm going to move the camera just a little closer. Okay, so I'm attempting here to show you guys how this thing works. Okay, so right now this gas valve is off. And as you can see here, the indicator valve, I'm trying to show you, it's in the red, and basically it says low. Okay, that says, the red says low, the green says gas, and then the yellow says high. So this is actually an indicator on really how much propane you have in the tank and where this thing is falling in line. So the way this thing works is, first you turn on the propane. Okay, so this actually, when you turn this propane knob on, gas is not flowing. Okay, so it is not flowing. You have to push this dial down. Okay, so now when you push it down, this goes to high. So now this allows gas, when you hit it a couple of times, just to double check, but now gas is now flowing. We've pushed that valve down and we've set it. So now, if there is a sudden release of air, this check valve will release back up and it'll turn off the gas. And that's how it works. It's so simple. That's all you have to remember. Now, if I turn the tank off, this valve is still, obviously everything is all pressurized still. So if a line did break, it would bleed off all the propane that are in these lines, and then it would eventually go out. And then this would say low. This dial would go down to low. But that is it. That is the whole thing. This thing, I believe, retails for about $80. I'll put a link below, probably an Amazon link or something. I'm not sponsored by them. but at least show you guys what this is. Now they also make these for regular propane tanks, but we bought the RV one. So this regulator should be plugged into this, okay? Well, because it's moved over, that changed a few things, and I want to show you what we had to do to remedy that. All right, so this is the plastic cover that protects the regulator from the elements. Obviously, below here is the bottom of the RV, the road, and this door basically just closes the front of this off. But as you can see, water and any kind of elements driving down the road would splash up into here. So obviously this plastic cover is something that I would want to try and put back on. So what I ended up having to do was kind of carve out a little bit of the plastic, because this used to sit like this. Now we have to move it backwards, and we had to allow for this. We also had to allow for that, and allow for this cover to be installed back on. I also had to drill an extra hole just so you could get the fastener in. So basically what you do, this is a little finicky, you have to get it just right. Okay, and that's how you install that. So now you can still see the valve. It still is able to do its job. I can still push this down if I needed to reset it after turning the gas on. So we have the fasteners here. And there you have it. So now that plastic cover is on, and it covers all the parts. This allows it to be exposed so I can reset it, and everything is good. Everything is all neat and in its place. And this to me is a lot safer than just having the regulator. So if we do travel with it, which we have down the road, we can leave the propane tank on, and if we do get a leak, then this valve will turn everything off. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any comments, I'd love to hear your comments on what you guys think about traveling with the propane tank on or off. Am I crazy? Am I nuts? Or is this going to solve some of my worries? I would love to hear your comments. Hey, if you like this video, please click the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to click the bell so you won't miss our next episodes. We're going to be getting some more videos on our RV and showing you guys what we do. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you soon.